On tonight's Wildcast, what impacts Tucson from the awaited crosswalks installation to intense allergy concerns?
And later, beyond what impacts Tucson is what entertains it. And an exhibition and a new circus show, Wildcast, starts now.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's Wildcast. I'm Jacob Berries.
And I'm Nicole Camacho. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nicole, we're like less than a month away from the rest of this semester. I want to hear, what are you doing to get ready for this final push and with finals coming up?
Yes, so finals is so stressful. I love to read outside in the grass. I also love to take on walks and also listen to music, of course. What do you do?
So I went on that walk this morning. It was really great getting outside of my house. And I have also been listening to a lot of music, and as of recently, been bumping some Tyler, the Creator.
Wow, that's my favorite artist, actually.
I just love his music, especially his older stuff.
Yes, of course.
Well, let's get into tonight's episode,
Yes,
okay?
of course.
Let's do that. Starting off tonight's show, we want to bring AAU a highly anticipated update on a campus safety initiative. The first of 6 new Hawk Crosswalks opens this month, which follows the October deaths of 3 U of A students. The City of Tucson Safety Project to install these lights began construction in February and finishes a month ahead of schedule. The pedestrian-activated crosswalk stops traffic for walkers and bikers. This gives them a more control and improves visibility. The Hawk Crosswalk on Euclid and 2nd Street aims to reduce pedestrian crashes. The completion of its construction coincides with the return of its memorial. A lending library and a trinket trade will soon join the safety technology.
The Memorial and Crosswalk have found support in the community, while another local Tucson business turns there as well. One shop owner in Tucson have found that her success means something far more personal than profits and sales. UATV reporter Avery Klein takes us inside the shop and shares how one entrepreneur turned personal tragedy into a place centered on creativity, community, and purpose.
For many small business owners,
Your flowers are so pretty.
success is measured in sales. But for one Tucson shop owner, it's measured in something much deeper. At first glance, 440 & Co. may just look like another artisan store. But for the employees behind the counter, this space represents something much bigger than a local gift shop. Owner and founder Kimberly Neal
Isn't that amazing?
wanted to do more than open a shop and start a business. After the loss of her first child, she decided to create something that shows the value guiding her everyday life.
I then knew that I was someone that was made to be an entrepreneur and build something from the ground up and to make something that had more of a legacy for my family because it meant so much to me. And after loss and grief, I really wanted to invest the time and do it.
Brenta Koenig, the administrative assistant, moved her life across the country and started working at 440 & Co. After losing 2 important people in her life, she gained a mentor and a friend in Kimberly.
She's a beautiful human, a beautiful soul. She walks in here with so much energy. She's become not only my boss, but she's my mentor. She's my friend. We just connect in a huge way.
For owner Kimberly Neal, this shop is more than a place to sell flowers and candles. It's a reflection of years of hard work, personal growth, and a vision that started long before these doors ever even opened.
I believe that we do have the power to choose what we do with our pain and how we can actually rewrite our story based on the choices that we choose every single day.
Neal has created a space, not only for makers and creativity, but for a community that feels like family. Reporting for UATV3, I'm Avery Klein.
Tucson locals connect with the community, while visitors struggle with the change in weather. Allergy season brings a wide range of symptoms for Tucson newcomers. Researchers say this comes as southern Arizona has more allergen-producing plants than several other parts of the country. It's not just part of this pollen, however, that makes southern Arizona feel sick. It may also be caused by mold that lives in the desert dirt. New Tucson residents may feel jarring symptoms as a result, and doctors recommend getting over-the-counter oral allergy pills or a nasal spray if they persist. While the harsh weather might be a reason for people to stay inside, it's not stopping the native wildlife.
When we come back, we have more on familiar face spotted around Tucson. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Wildcast. While later we'll spot something you might see around southern Arizona, first, we're going to highlight some things you can do around the city. A circus group brings their act straight to the U of A campus where they perform on top of their own food truck. UATV reporter Christy Russell brings us a little closer at the event.
Christy Russell here on the University of Arizona Campus Mall, where a circus group performed on a food truck. Let's go take a look.
It may be hard to believe, but yes, an acrobatic group performs on their food truck. The food truck offers beverages including beer and fast food services year-round. William Poliquin Sims, one of the co-founders of the Circus Act, speaks about the founding and how it all began.
Parlez-vous français? Do you speak French? No?
So we started Ciruque Kikasse in 2021. This is when we created the project, but we're a circus performer for 15 plus years now. So it came from an idea from myself and Hugo, the co-director of the company, and we really wanted to have a more accessible, high-level circus show that could travel and be autonomous. So we did create that amazing and unique circus food truck, beer truck, so we could travel North America with it. So it does take a lot of training. We all did professional circus schools for 10 years, and obviously we have to stay in shape, but like we did all those professional programs for years and years and years, and thousands of hours of practice, and we still have to practice obviously to keep that level. So it is a circus, but more than that, it's a food truck, and we do everything on our own. And we love to partner with local producers, but we do the food and we do the service, we do the backflip, and we drive the truck. We do everything on our own. This is really our first time here in Arizona and even on the West Coast. Well, it's an idea that we had for many, many years. And honestly, thanks to the pandemic, it gave us time to create that project because it takes a lot of time and resources to create something like this. And we were touring all the time, nonstop. So at least the pandemic gave us the time to finally do it. Without it, honestly, I don't think we would have done it.
Another member of the group, who was running a stand selling their merchandise, spoke about her experience with the group.
And normally I'm a performer too, and we do some switch in the team during the summer. So yeah, now I'm here and help them, and I do the show too. When I do some shows, I train a little bit less to have some energy for the show. But when I don't do shows, I think maybe 3 hours per day, maybe.
Ciruque Kikasse performed at the University of Arizona on April 14th in the early afternoon on the campus mall. They tour Canada and the United States and are headed to Salt Lake City in Utah next. Once again, I'm Christy Russell signing off for UATV3.
A short distance from the U of A Mall School of Art, another event occurs to recognize students. The 2D art exhibit shows a range of student artwork and personal stories detailing the artist's unique journey through art and identity. UATV3 reporter Nicole Camacho attended the exhibition and highlights one of the featured students.
Many talented artists are showcasing their beautiful art here at the U of A at the 2D BFA exhibition. Today, I'm interviewing Yes Again, who is also showcasing her art, 2 pieces, where she tells us her story as a Mongolian student here at the U of A.
For Yes Again, art is more than visual expression.
It's a way to navigate her experience as an international student and reflect on her cultural identity.
These are the painting that's I made for the BFA show. It's representing my Mongolian culture and my childhood memory in being in Mongolia.
Her two featured pieces explore themes of displacement, belonging, and emotional complexity of living between cultures.
This is a poem about being a Mongolian person. It's saying that I'm being proud to be Mongolian and breathing a Mongolian air and being in Mongolian ground. So I wanted to put it there since there's a horse saddle, so it's more like grounding and representing the culture.
Incorporating poetry into her visual art, Yesigen blends language and imagery, inviting viewers to not only see her story, but read and feel it. Artists like Yesigen are using this exhibit not just to showcase their work, but to share stories that might otherwise go unheard. The BFA exhibit is open to the public, featuring works from graduating seniors across multiple disciplines. Reporting for UATV3, I'm Nicole Camacho. While the city has plenty for those that enjoy creative performances and arts, Southern Arizona is currently also the place for animal lovers. A jaguar named Cinco has been spotted once again in southern Arizona, which gives researchers more proof that these rare big cats still roam the area. The University of Arizona Wildcat Research and Conservation Center says Cinco continues to use the same wildlife corridors to find water, food, and shelter. Experts say that this is a sign of a healthy habit and strong biodiversity in the region. Researchers have tracked jaguars in southern Arizona for over 15 years through camera monitoring and community support.
Cinco is the only jaguar we're featuring on tonight's show, but there's plenty left to highlight about the Wildcats.
When we come back, Amelia Stanley will bring down all things Arizona sports and more. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Wildcast Sports. I'm your host, Amelia Stanley, and we've got about 3 more weeks before spring sports wrap up, with some seasons ending this past weekend. Stay with me. Starting off with Arizona tennis today, as both the men's and women's teams competed in the Big 12 Championship this weekend, facing the University of Central Florida in the semifinals. Women's tennis started strong in doubles with a 6-1 victory from Martina Ostrigallo and Tanvi Narendran, followed by Maria Garcia and Josie Usero with a 6-3 win. However, UCF responded in singles and was able to clinch the match 4-2, ending the women's season ranked number 26 in the nation with a 29 record. The men had a more positive outcome against UCF, but it was far from easy as Arizona managed to claw their way to a 4-3 victory. Doubles went extremely well, with Jay Friend and Alexandra Rosen winning 6-3, and Cole Stelsey and Alejandra Arcila followed with a 6-4 win. Singles, however, is where things started to go downhill, as UCF took a 3-2 lead, leaving the fate of semis on Alexandra Rosen's shoulders. However, Rosen did not back down, clutching a 3-set win to send the Wildcats to the finals. Unfortunately, the Wildcats ran into a tough match, falling 4-0 to Texas Christian University. Even with a doubles win from Philippe Gustafsson and Gleb Sekachov, they just couldn't catch up to TCU, and Rosen was the only Wildcat to get to a third set in singles. Arizona men's tennis remains ranked number 9 and are headed to the NCAA tournament. Moving on to beach volleyball, the Wildcats had a perfect 4-0 record at the NOLA Classic, winning against Tulane, ULM New Orleans, and Florida International. This past weekend, Brooke Boyko and Sadie Moore had a clutch 3-set win during the New Orleans match to help Arizona take the 5-0 victory. But Jamie Streit and Sophia Winter carried the entire Classic, winning 4 straight 1 sets. They have completed the regular season, ranked number 20, and their Big 12 tournament begins here at home this Thursday, April 23rd. Arizona softball played a tough number 21 Oklahoma State team this weekend. The Wildcats played a really good hitting game during the first game against OSU with 10 hits and 3 home runs. Senior Grace Jenkins helped her team get within 1 run of OSU with a triple in the top of the 6th. Arizona had a 7-6 lead at the top of the 8th, but Oklahoma tied it in the bottom of the inning and went on to win 10-7. The second game went very well after Arizona beat Oklahoma State 9-1 in a run rule win, but were unable to beat OSU the following day, falling 5-7 and closing out the series 1-2. The season continues with softball remaining at number 16. Arizona baseball also had a tough weekend against Kansas State. The Wildcats lost their first 2 games on Friday and Saturday before returning this past Sunday, winning 11-7. Pitcher Colin McKinney got the win for the Cats. At the plate, Maddox Mihalakis had a double, a home run, and 2 runs batted in. They will face off against Brigham Young University this Thursday in a 3-game series. That is all of the Arizona sports I have for today, but if you want a deeper dive and some hot takes, make sure to stay tuned for the starting lineup this Wednesday. Again, my name is Amelia Stanley, and thanks for sticking around for the Wildcast Sports.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
That is all we have for you tonight on Wildcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch our last few shows of the semester. Once again, I'm Nicole Camacho.
And I'm Jacob Aries. I'll see you all this Wednesday for my last starting lineup. Have a great night and bear down, Wildcats.